down. But he says she's dead.
Police learned that Kim Wanger had been a single mother raising 2 young children.
Kim Wanger, she was a single female, 2 children, a young son and a young daughter. She was divorced.
Let's play some games.
Found out about her later when she said she was a very nice, caring mother. Had a sister and a mother who seemed to be very close to one another.
Kim was a wonderful mother. She adored her children, and they meant the world to her. A single mother, and she worked 2 jobs, and she cleaned houses part-time and businesses, and she also was a hairdresser, trying to make things meet, and just, doing this the best she could.
After 2 difficult relationships, Kim had met her fiancé, Kurt Simon.
I think she was content with everything with her life. I think she found that she could be her inner self, and she had found someone that she truly loved.
Kurt was I guess like a freelance minister in Iowa. He had retired or left employment in Iowa so he could move back to Wilmington and be with Kim, and I think their plans were to get married.
Simon told police that he and Kim were very much in love.
There was just something about her spirit that you saw immediately. Everybody's life that she came into, she made it better, and she would walk into a room, and people didn't just gravitate toward her because of the way she looked. People would gravitate to her because she just made people feel better about themselves.
Despite Kurt Simon's glowing tribute to Kim, detectives were suspicious. He was the lone survivor of the blast that killed her. They wondered if something had recently gone wrong in the relationship.
Once I got there, I was taken to a room and basically told to just sit down. Finally, a detective comes in and we start going through the whole process of what had happened that night.
Investigators focused in on the moments just after the explosion. They believe Simon's actions raised red flags.
The witnesses said that he went back to his car and put something inside the car. They asked him about that. He couldn't give us any explanation of that. He couldn't give us any explanation of why he was walking around.
Police wondered if Simon had used the unexplained trip to the car to hide important evidence. Even more troubling was Simon's account of how the tragedy had unfolded. He said that he had entered the house before Kim. If that were true, detectives couldn't understand why he hadn't triggered the bomb himself.
You always kind of wonder why he didn't see it, why he didn't catch it, why he didn't pick it, why he didn't maybe pick it up.
Detectives believed it was possible that Kurt Simon had placed the bomb in the foyer prior to Kim walking in. As the interrogation intensified, it only confirmed Kurt Simon's fears.
At that point, even though they don't tell me I'm a suspect, and they don't read me my rights or anything like that, I know they're looking at me as a suspect.
Under intense questioning, Kurt Simon insisted he did not kill Kim Wanger. But police didn't believe him. They thought his actions after the bomb blast were incriminating.
I was there, and I survived. Therefore, in everybody's mind, I've got to have some guilt in this.
Kurt did his best to explain to police that he had no motive to hurt, let alone kill the woman he loved.
There just simply couldn't have been any reason for me to have done this. We were at the pinnacle of our relationship. financial incentive between the two of us absolutely
Woohoo!
whatsoever.
But despite his declaration of innocence, detectives felt they needed to know more about Kurt Simon's background. They knew he didn't have a criminal record, but they still wondered if there was something in his past that might help them either clear him or lead to an arrest.
We actually traveled over to Iowa where he was a minister. He spoke to congregational people. We looked into his financial, we pretty much looked throughout his entire life. Talked to Fred's family just to see if there's anything there that would raise more red flags.
When Kurt refused to take a polygraph examination, he continued to raise suspicions with investigators. Simon knew he hadn't done anything wrong. He was worried that anything he said would be shaped to appear incriminating.
I did not want to give them anything. And I don't want anything to come to me. So,
He was very frustrated with us. He wanted to put his life on TV in an hour or less. And this wasn't going to be an investigation that he would conclude in a short period of time. It was a long-term investigation.
Yep.
Simon's attitude angers the detective.
If you're not a suspect in the case, you're going to answer any questions. You're going to cooperate with the police. You're going to take a polygraph test. You're going to answer any questions.
so wait a minute, I got one more thing. Since your clothes are evidence, I need those. So I have nothing here. They gave me an orange jail inmate's jumper. Said you have to wear this.
Kurt Simon left police headquarters wearing a prison jumpsuit. He feared that one day he might be wearing those same clothes behind bars. But the investigation into Kim Linger's death had only just begun. As detectives looked into her complicated personal life, they found there were many trails to follow.
Not only were we looking at Kurt Simon, we were looking at other people, and we started developing on other suspects.
The list started with Todd Wendy, the father of Kim's first child. The couple's marriage had ended in a bitter break.
Well, anytime you have a divorce situation, I mean, you're going to have to look through that. This person is having both parents would probably love to have physical custody of that child. So, there's always a possibility, or the knows it might be, there's always a possibility. And you have to check out every week. You have to be fair to every person you're looking at. Because if you don't do a thorough and fair and complete investigation, then it's just more difficult.
In fact, his friends told the detective that Kim and Todd had teething disputes over their daughter.
They had arguments over child support, visitation. Some people said that, he was mean to him.
Investigators brought Kim's ex-husband in for questioning. He confirmed that his relationship with Kim had become tested.
When I interviewed Todd, he told me that he was frustrated at times with the situation. He didn't feel that he was being fair to him.
But Todd forcefully denied having anything to do with Kim's murder.
He gave us a very detailed alibi about having his daughter going out to dinner with his current girlfriend at that time.
I spent a lot of time with Todd. Todd was very cooperative. Todd allowed us to search his residence. Everything that we asked of Todd, Todd did.
While investigators tried to corroborate Todd Wenger's story, they also began to hear ugly rumors about the father of Kim's younger child, Logan. His name was Dale Fox.
I was told that Dale had problems with him. And the problems really stemmed when Kurt Simon came into her life. As long as he was single, living in the house, Dale would come over, he'd walk in the house, and ask to know the house was his. As soon as Kurt Simon came into the picture, Dale wasn't going to allow
Oh yeah.
Was able to account for his whereabouts on the night of the murder.
He said he was there Friday night to drop off the South Pole check to pick up Logan, and he hadn't been there since.
University educated. We're raped at University of Colorado.
We get into the dorm room and I'm raped by my friend.
It happened here. Premieres Wednesday at 9, only on CI.
I get my visa.
I never expected to fall in love with someone halfway around the world.
She's coming here and we have 9 days to be married.
She might have ulterior motives. Are you sure you want to spend the rest of your life with me? She's scamming you.
I am concerned how she is going to fit in with what the real one.
Good idea. 9 days is not enough time.
No, I know.
All new 90 Day Fiancé, Sunday nights at 7:30.
Wednesday, 7:30. Only on History.
Kick off 2016 with a bang by making New Year's resolutions. Really? Hit the outdoors and hang out with some mates.
Join us. Yeah, sure.
Pump yourself up and never back down.
Ready to kick your ass out of the world. Get off my back, Quaylen.
Rocking the look with lots of water. Stress man. Get out more and see the world.
Get off my plane.
The hits just keep on coming. This January. Spy Movies Action.
So my first football summer what did it take for an ancient man to become artificial?
An extraordinary tale of adversity and triumph. The people, places, and events that shaped us. Still, the story of us, Wednesday, January 13th, are the frontiers on History.
Kim's family pointed police in yet another direction. They told detectives that she had recently left a job to get away from a boss who had become obsessed with her.
I knew that they had some complications because he was wanting to be a lot more. He had bought her gifts and sent her money, and she had sent the items back to him. She told me that she had to get away from him, that he was getting too attached.
Detectives discovered Kim had even pressed charges against the man.
She filed a sexual harassment suit. The company settled out of court with her, according to